Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you a part of the daily webinar that I just hosted in the Nest Club, exclusive Nest Club part of the Birb Nest, right? So in today's webinar, we talked about Bitcoin. Looked at Bitcoin on the higher and lower time frames and kind of, tried to answer the question, what will Bitcoin do in the next couple of days and the next couple of hours? I've also looked at some on-chain data and metrics that I'm going to use and try to describe to you guys how will we use those in combination with price action indicators to potentially time the top in the crypto market when I will exit. And today's video is actually sponsored by reputable.com, which is the only single platform where you are able to trade over 200 pairs with up to 10x leverage. And you have over 40 perpetual future contracts to trade, and you will actually be giving daily bonuses for only being a member of the exchange. And if you use the link in the description below, you will be given a $50 bonus paid to your exchange account in CRO. And guys, newly listed tokens on the exchange, you will be able to buy them with up to 50% discount. All right, so use the link in the description below. Obviously it's a no-brainer. It's pretty much free money. All right guys, let's go. You might remember the webinar I did a while back when I looked at the possible top scenario on Bitcoin using MBRC score and the NUPL in combination with the daily 50 EMA and the 2-week stochastics RSI. I think there's a version on that on YouTube called How to Time the Top on Bitcoin, uploaded last week. So check that out if you're interested. It's very important that you understand understand that part as well. But basically, just a quick rundown here. What I'm looking at in terms of trying to top the Bitcoin, trying to time the top in the Bitcoin market is I'm using combination. I'm using an analysis where I'm combining the MVRVC score in combination with the NUPL. I'm also looking at the daily 50 EMA and the 2-week stochastics RSI. And just a quick rundown here is when the MVRVC score begins to come close to the red area, it's a alert that you're about to hit a highly probable top in the Bitcoin market. And when NUPL hits the euphoria or greed zone here, which is the blue area right here, it's basically the same. It's going to be an area of interest for potential top. So those are the two on-chain metrics that I'm watching for potential top in the Bitcoin market. And I'm also looking at the 2-week stochastics RSI. You can kind of look here that historically on every major top in Bitcoin, the 2-week stochastics RSI has been above 70. Now, only using the 2-week stochastics RSI is not a good indication, but if you're using the 2-week stochastics RSI in combination with the MVRC score and the NUPL, I think you're getting close to something interesting, right? And to really confirm the breakdown of the local market structure, I'm going to be using the daily 50 EMA. So we have 3 major indicators, which is the C score, the NUPL, and the 2-week stochastics, and then if you will, a minor indicator, which is the daily 50 EMA. That's the last one. So if the 2-week stochastics is in the oversold territory, MVRVC score is in the red area, and NUPL is in the blue area, you're then going to be looking at the daily 50 EMA. If price breaks the daily 50 EMA to the downside and perhaps have an open and close below it, well, that's my entry signal, right? That's my entry signal. Doesn't matter if it happens at 90K or 250K, but that is going to be my exit signal. Not sure if I said exit or entry, but that is my exit signal. Right, so with that said, let's look at Bitcoin here. We start with the weekly, and looking absolutely fantastic right here. It looks absolutely fantastic. When you have a big move like this, I want to always be adding the I want to always be adding the major fibs, and I have my Fibonacci template right here. By the way, if you want me to maybe record a video on how to use the fibs like I do, you can write a comment either on the webinar or on the YouTube video, whatever, and I will get that out for you guys. Anyway, from that low to this high. And you see here on the weekly that we came down and we touched the 50% fib right here. We had a weekly bullish engulfing with a stochastics bull cross right here. Absolutely beautiful for a bottom, right? Now we're looking at the this area above, and we're gonna add a zone from that low to this right here. That's going to be a SR level that we're watching based on the daily price action, and then we go back to the weekly, and you can kind of see here on the weekly that it's just looking very, very good, right? That's on the week. I think we can actually, based on the weekly, we can have this zone right here. Use the candle close on the weekly. Yeah, and look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You have 3 wicks right here touching that level right here. If this weekly candle can close, you know, above 60, 64, it looks highly probable that we're going to see a big move from Bitcoin to the upside. And I do think it's very, very probable that the support area that you're watching here on the weekly is going to act as a major support area in the future. If we get a move higher and then a dump, we are watching a significant support area right here. All right, so if we get a pump up here, maybe to 75 or something like that, and perhaps a dump to this area, we now have a high time frame, very, very strong support, very, very strong support. So all we need is a breakout. All we need is a break above, you know, 75K or something like that, and we now have a new high time frame, very strong support, right? And if we look at the 4-hour, we are currently seeing that we're in somewhat of a range, right? With this being range low, and it's a very tight range. It's a very, very tight range. Probably something like this, right? It's a very, very tight range. And to make it even smaller, we're going to add one here and one here. So the white lines here is going to be range low and range high. As you can see here, we are in a 4-hour range right here. And it's a very tight range. It does feel like it's a bullish price action inside this range, even with the fact that we have lower lows and lower highs. I do like that the rejection, I mean, the bounces of support is much, much stronger than the rejection at resistance, right? So it seems highly likely that we are going to see a breakout from Bitcoin to the upside. And if we do see a breakout from Bitcoin to the upside, I am going to be watching a couple of levels as take profit targets, right? So first take profit of this breakout move would be the 79 area, and then the final take profit would be up around the 100K area. If you add the 50% fib here, you will see that the 100K area is right in the middle of the, well, not right in the middle, but between the 50%, the minus 50 and the minus 618. That would be the final take profit based on these fibs right here. So let's say, for example, you went long here. This would then be TP1, TP2, and TP3. But because of the fact that the 100K is right here, I would like to front run the 100K and perhaps take final take profit at the minus 50%, which is around 95K. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking like, why 100K when people are talking about 300K or 250K? Well, you got to understand that if price hits 100K with the 2-week stochastics in the overbought territory and the C-score and the NUPL is showing a exit signal, it's highly likely that 100K is the top. Now, if 100K gets hit and C-score and NUPL is nowhere near the top and weekly stochastics is not close to being overbought, well, then it's likely that 100K is not the major top, but I'm still going to take some profits of 100K because it's based on a technical system that I've been trading for many years, and it's working out more often than not. So I have to follow that, and I will start to average out of the crypto market at around 100K, but I will not exit fully until I know that it's the probable top based on those indicators.